This is a little bit disturbing right here. Miss Kate Wand, and I don't know. Let me just see if that's her channel real quick there. I assume that's herself there, but she released this video here today of a euthanasia program that the Canadian medical professionals are now pressuring the mentally or physically ill, disabled, infirm, and elderly to kill themselves by euthanasia because of their burden on the healthcare system. I have no way to validate this information, but I want to play this for you so you're aware of it. So let's please listen into this and see what she has to say. Those fascist government and the socialized medical system that we have is taking a clear turn for even worse pastures. They seem to be offering now free MAiD, which is medically assisted suicide, to all kinds of people. They're just offering this up. And not just offering, but pressuring people and saying, you are a burden on the healthcare system. It would be better if you die, if you take euthanasia. This is nothing short of eugenics. Now, this is something that is being reported all over. They're offering it to mentally ill people, to disabled people, to people that they consider a burden, the elderly, things like that. This is outrageous. All right, there you have it there, just something that you should be aware of. And by the way, I do have two different Twitter accounts, and I'll put a link to this one here. When I'm on my computer, I've not been able to figure out how to get back into my main Twitter account. So just want to make sure you guys are aware of this. Well, let me get to the top of the page here. Here we go, right here. Israeli News Live at Stephen Ben Noon. Just so you're aware of that. I know a lot of people follow us on the other one. Not
Anyway, that is an absolutely true story that's happening in Canada right now. And I know that for a fact because and not only are they pressuring people, they're denying regular medical help because I haven't been able to get an appointment with a doctor. And this clown that sort of acts as a doctor, he prescribes my puffers and things like that, extra strength Tylenols. And I asked him because I had an issue with violence in my new hip, and that it got broken, and it's a long story, but he said he would refer me to a pain clinic, and what I waited months and months and months and months, as you do here in Soviet Canada, and then when I asked finally what happened to it, he said, "Oh, they refused you because they said because you don't have a family doctor or a GP, there's no one to follow through on your medication." And I thought, well, what's wrong with me? I'm capable. So that's an excuse. That's just any bureaucratic excuse they can come up with to deny you human rights, such as medical care, an X-ray, anything. So, um, and then I had another group that's called CMHA, even though I'm not mentally ill. It's called Canadian Mental Health Association, and they were helping me with a bogus eviction that I was going through, and and finding a doctor. And out of the blue, they stopped speaking to me, just to put me on ignore or something. And I started trying to get hold, and I was worried about this young social worker because I have this motherly instinct that's just overpowering. And I was trying to find her. I was calling all the other outlets in the city trying to get hold of this. Like, is she okay? Is she dead? Can you find out if she was in an accident? Should I call the ERs? Like, what's going on? Nothing. So I finally conducted this little investigation, got hold of one of the bosses there because they hide. It's impossible to get hold of one of these people. And she said, "Oh, I'll find out for you." She was very pleasant. And then by the time she came back, she was violent, verbally reprehensible, as it because I guess I wasn't woke. And I thought, these are what these people do. They're woke minders. They are the sort of they're the flying monkeys, if you will. They go around and they test people to see on whose side of the line they fall. And I failed big time, especially since I'm a Christian and they don't like that. So uh, they said, "Well, we can't follow your case anymore because of your mental health." So what's wrong with my mental health? If you could like explain it to me, that would be helpful because I don't need any help with my mental health. I need help with logistics. I need help to, get these calls made and get these doctors um, uh, applications handed in because I can't get around the city. Oh no, we've got to hang up. Click, 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 click. That's all they do. So I wrote to the woman at the main office in Ottawa, and I said, "What is going on? Like, what is this?" And I started clicking. Things clicked. And I said, "What is this MAiD service? And what's going on? This medical assistance in dying?" And she said, "Oh, it's something we offer humanely to, all this duck speak." To people who are, suffering and, after all other avenues are pursued. So I thought, yeah, yeah, right. So I called the switchboard back here in my city. And I said, "So what's going on with this? And you know how much it costs, by the way? This is interesting. $2,327. And Strong's, that is the Greek word for reaper. So it is. Anyway, I called and I got the switchboard and I said, "How do you apply for this? Like, is it easy to do or like, is it harder to do to get a doctor than to do this?" And I said, "Because I've been looking for a doctor. It shouldn't be that hard to find. And I'm really suffering. I'm in pain." And, and I started crying. I wasn't putting on an act because we're not allowed to use guile as Christians, right? And this actually was frustration. And she interrupted me, and I thought, "Oh, she's going to help me. Thank goodness." And she said, "This isn't a helpline. This is the switchboard. You're going to have to go." And I said, "What? What do you want me to go commit suicide?" She said, "No, no, no. We don't call it committing suicide." I said, "What?" She said, "Well, it's not against the law anymore." I said, "What about God? What about ethics? What about human dignity? What about depraved indifference?" And she said, "Well, I'm not religious." That was the conversation. And I was so uh, just disgusted that I said, "That's it? You're telling me to go kill myself?" She said, "Well, you're going to do what you're going to do." And she said, "Good luck. Bye." And hung up on me. So yes, this is, and people say if I bring up the fact that our government is not on our side, that I'm a conspiracy theorist. So if everything doesn't come from the news, if something comes from your own critical thinking and your own pattern recognition, it's a conspiracy theory while they conspire against us. You can't get medical treatment if you're a veteran and you have a serious battlefield injury. You're told to go kill yourself. And if you don't think at all that you have a mental illness, then they're going to give you one anyway and tell you to go kill yourself. That's Canada. All right. And now I'm still working on my video that I promised everybody, and I thank you so much for your kind patience. It is a never ending dig for data and it doesn't disappoint. So I think I might have to do series. I think I will. So it's coming up, and I do thank you again for your patience. Jesus is coming soon. I love you all. I really do. You are wonderful, beautiful, fantastic people. All right. And don't give up on Jesus. He's coming, and your life is special and it's wonderful. And don't let anyone tell you that they know what you're thinking. You know what you're thinking. That's called being gaslit. All right? Yes. All right. Goodbye, lovely people. Good night.